I don't mind. We can start talking about just like a little bit of personal shit right now. I don't care. We can talk about anything.
Want to get personal?
Heck of a
Want to get personal?
I like
All right, great.
personality.
Awesome. I think you talk too much sometimes, Sean.
Oh, absolutely. You're the first one to tell me that?
No,
Try
I don't
something
think I'm the
original.
first
Okay.
person to tell you that.
Okay, or the last? No.
No, definitely not going to be the last.
All right.
Well, I
thanks.
might be because I might be the last person to ever get a word in.
Yeah, thanks for telling me this. And I don't know what to tell you. I'm happy that you've.
That's the thing. I don't want you to say anything.
I mean,
That's the point.
all
Just
right,
shut up. Shut up.
That ain't gonna
Zip
happen.
it. Zip it.
That
I
would
got a
be
whole bag of
nice.
zip it.
Right? With your name on it. Has your name on it, Zach. That zip it don't work. I sprayed that anti-zip it.
The anti-zip it.
Yeah, I sprayed it. I got force
Smells
fields.
like lavender.
I got a force fields all right here. It smells like lavender. No, it smells like coconut.
When someone's talking too much, do you try and overtalk them, or you just shut up and wait for them to eventually figure out that you have just disengaged entirely?
Wait for them to take a breath and slip my way in and just be like, oh, I took this conversation over now.
Nah, yeah. So
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
do
pretty
that.
good at. I can do that.
If someone's going to do that kind of stuff, I feel like automatically already
Yeah, automatically.
that I'm not going to, I'm just not going to engage.
Why? You engage with me all the time, and
You're
I still
different.
do it.
You are
I still
different.
do it to you all the time.
I know you do.
called me out a couple weeks ago for doing it to you, and I was like, I didn't mean to, Zach. I'm sorry. It's like cutting somebody off in traffic, you know? Sometimes they're just going a little slower. So, like, I'm like, woo, I'm going to go around you real quick, and then wait, I got something to say also.
Yeah, too bad.
We can go back to you. We can always go back, and we can find out what you said earlier. What were you talking about again?
I don't know why we're friends sometimes.
I know. It's fun, though, huh? It's I'm a good time.
That's what
Keep
a good
you on your
relationship's
toes.
all about.
It is.
You can't fight
I'm the
about some
opposite.
stuff. There's something wrong.
It's just
Something ain't right.
You
one
like,
of these days.
You like to give me a hard time, and yeah, a hard time, yeah.
Mm.
That was not intended that way, but he does. And I like to give you a hard time.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It's a good balance of hard times.
It's okay, whatever.
Did I say hard times yet?
You say a lot of things.
Yeah.
You say
I
hard
do.
times a lot.
Some hard
Yeah,
times.
it's been some hard times in my life. Have you had hard times in your life?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah. What about like training new employees? Is that ever a hard time?
Good segue.
Smooth.
I know, right?
That was just smooth.
You like that?
Yeah, give it away with a wink, though.
Yeah. I had to. Oh, I'm trying to teach little Giovanni how to wink right now, bro. It's the most adorable thing ever. He has to do this.
Yeah. Dude, I'm the same way. I have no muscle control in my
He has
face.
to cover one eye. Or he does both. He just blinks both at me. I'm like,
Yeah.
what's up, bro? He's like,
You gotta work on that.
yeah.
It's a prerequisite. There are bartenders I know that can't do the
Yeah, I can't do that
individual
either.
eyebrows.
I have
I'm
like
pretty
no
sure you're not
muscle
allowed to be a
control.
bartender if you can't move your eyebrows individually. And yeah, there's plenty of them that sneak in. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
we've gotten lax with our standards. You can't move your chesticles
You ever?
or your ears separately. What are you doing?
I
all
can move
about
my
self-control.
chesticles. It's just it takes a little bit more effort because they're heavier now. You know, yeah, not because of strength. It's just they're starting to sag.
It's just getting that old timer stuff. Okay, it happens.
Yeah, it's great. I think I'm getting to the A cup range.
Oh wow, getting them titties.
We all need something to strive for.
Well, I
Also,
can't
good
wait.
job. We're gonna need those skills later for when you to segue to our sponsor.
Yeah.
Segues.
Segways.
Do we have a sponsor today?
I don't think so.
Nope, doesn't look like it. All right, what were we talking about?
Right? Does anybody want to? Who wants to sponsor a homeless child? I'm not homeless or
asshole.
a child, but wait, who's homeless? Not me. I was. I've been homeless. You ever been homeless?
Yeah,
Yeah, it sucks.
it does suck.
Moving couch to couch, seeing who's gonna like. Oh, there was that comedian the other day I saw. This fool said I used Tinder for a whole month when I was homeless. He just kept hitting random
Wow.
chicks up on Tinder.
Wow.
He did a Tinder homeless run.
How?
I was like,
what?
Wow, we couldn't do that back in my day. We didn't have Tinder, first off, or even cell phones.
He must have been a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
Had quite a personality.
Yeah. Good Tinder profile, I'm sure. I mean, he did it.
That takes effort.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
He put the work in.
He put
Oh,
the
yeah.
work. I wasn't even mad. I was like, hey, bravo.
I wonder if eventually someone were like, all right, you need a place to stay. You better lay it down good.
You better leave.
You know what
some
you're
time,
coming
baby.
over to work.
Yeah.
You better cook me dinner. You better rub my feet.
I guess he's basically like a Tinder gigolo then at a
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
He's a little gigolo guy running around. Just
They still exist. Gigolos are still out there.
he wasn't couch surfing, you know.
No, he was Tinder surfing. Literally, he was doing it. But we didn't have Tinder. We had couch surf back in those days, or sleep on park benches. Oh
my God. Well, I wonder who taught him that.
Right. Yeah. Technology, cell phones, pretty easy.
It is a rough fucking time no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I'm gonna finally do it. I'm gonna introduce us today. What's up? Welcome to Eating While Standing, everybody. What's up? Woo!
I'm saying.
Look at that nature boy.
Whoa!
He's looking like a druid.
Oh, now I'm sad. Yeah, freaking Brett Wyatt just died.
Oh.
Bray Wyatt.
Why do I know that name?
He was like the Louisiana kind of like creepy kind of guy. He was wrestling. He's been wrestling for a while now.
Oh, the wrestler. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
He brought up Nature Boy, so I was like, oh no, I've just remembered that.
Right.
Yeah.
Much
Good
love
old
out to the
days.
family and to everybody. I did spend a little bit of money I had on some merch. All the merch is going towards the family and to the kids. So
Okay.
Right on.
way to go WWE for that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But today I think
man,
we're getting into what? We're talking about training. We've done several segues already, but never talked about it, so let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. I got a lot to say about training employees and new employees alone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can't imagine the process of training front of house to back of house is like crazy different. I mean, you learn different things, but you still gotta. Someone that doesn't like retain that knowledge you're trying to give them,
Yeah.
or they can't seem to improvise on their own, like they freeze up. We were
Yeah.
talking about this earlier, and I don't know if we want to say it or if we can say it.
Yeah, I know, right? We don't know. We're not sure if we can use that word or not. Are we allowed to say Asperger's? Oh, we got to find
Are we
out.
allowed to say Asperger's?
Are we allowed to say it? I don't know. I just found out we were supposed to stop saying that 2 years ago. You said I was like, what?
Yeah, God, Asperger's.
No one told me at all.
Asperger's,
No.
Asperger's.
See, it's a fun word
Well, all
to
I
say
can think of is
too.
the South Park episode. Are we at South Park levels of not giving a fuck?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we've all.
I
yeah,
think
we
have.
don't really
I
care.
think we are. I think that's our demographic we're going after. If you like South Park, Rick and Morty, you like fucked up shit, well, here's the place to listen to. We got all
It's the
kinds of
day-to-day.
fucked up shit, bro.
Unless you work in a hotel.
Right? I've worked with Asperger's people. That's why we brought the shit up earlier, because I've worked with a few of them. Great employees. I have nothing against the Asperger's community, but they have to have a lot of special patience. You got to have that special touch to work with somebody like that. That is on the spectrum. That is a little slow. Now, there is programs out there, too. As right before I quit my last job, we had I wouldn't say he was Asperger's. That was different, but he was on the spectrum, mentally handicapped. But he helped out, he got him a job. That was part of what he had to do. He had to come to work for 2 or 3 hours and just kind of build those skills. And I think that's awesome. I'm really a huge fan of that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with. I don't even consider them slow. Really, it's just a different way.
It's a different way.
The brain doesn't
Absolutely.
work the same way for everybody.
Yeah.
No,
And
not
so
at
it's
all.
like training is different for everyone. There's different things like that, and so it's a lot of it comes down, especially if you're working in kitchens.
Yeah.
It's all really just a lot of muscle memory.
Yep.
It's a lot more about it's like if you can get anybody to just figure out how to use their hands and the reasons why, and sometimes the reasons behind it might be something hard for people to understand sometimes, and just because of the way that thought process works.
Yeah.
But if you can still get the muscle memory down, boom,
Boom.
easy,
Good.
trainable,
Yes.
awesome.
Yes. Yes.
Nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it. You ever work with somebody who you thought had Asperger's, or that you thought they probably should? Like, that person needs to get tested. I'm not sure if they're all there in the head, but
I've worked with you.
that's true. I'm definitely on the spectrum, I think. I don't think I ever got tested. If they didn't have that test back when I was in grade school, what grade did they test you for Asperger's, you think?
I don't really know.
Is that like a first grade thing?
I'm the
It's
youngest
pretty
one
early.
here. I don't think
It's a pretty early development
I don't
thing.
think it's like it's one of those things. I think it's something that you kind of like notice, and your parents kind of take you somewhere.
Yeah.
And like that's what happens.
I think they've gotten better about it too, just being able to recognize the signs.
Well, now it's accepted.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
absolutely.
teachers will probably be like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, we can recognize some signs. Maybe make us like a counselor or something like that. Make
Yeah.
a suggestion. All right, we'll go get you. We'll check you out.
It had to have been a rough fucking time.
They
Before
can be funny people too.
built
Some
that
of
into
the
that
people.
system.
Yeah.
Some of them are funny as fuck though, dog. Too.
Oh heck yeah. I was just talking about like a comedian that had autism and stuff, and it was like, he was hilarious, and he made light of it. He was talking about his experiences, and I was just like, this is fun. I like this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Embrace
So those
who
are
you
fun.
are.
Those are training moments. You gotta, as a chef and as a manager or an employee, you know what I'm saying, you just gotta have a certain set of skills to be able to work with people like that. And then you got people that have never even cooked in their fucking life.
Oh god.
To where like they're just as hard to train. Or fucking the worst. The worst, actually, you know who the worst people to train are? The people that just came from a restaurant and they're know-it-alls. Well, that's not how I did it at my last restaurant. That's not how we did it here.
Or fucking just straight out of culinary school.
Yeah, well, not all of them. Come on, I was out of culinary school at one point in time.
Yeah.
I wasn't like that, but I've seen them.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm
Are you
positive.
sure?
Yeah, I had already been doing it for 8 years, so I knew
See, that's different.
what not to be going into this, you know what I'm saying? Because for 8 years before I went to culinary school, I was just a cook. I was on the line. So I would see those culinary students come out of culinary school and act the way they do. And then, like, being friends with all the lower class people, you know, the regular cooks in the kitchen, not the culinary students, how much shit we talked about them, you know? So, yeah, no. I did not, but they're not all of them are out there. There is certain chefs and certain people that come out of culinary school that just they were humble about it, I guess, and peaceful about it. They wanted to learn. They knew that.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, if somebody straight out of culinary school walked in, and there was also a person that walked in out of a Waffle House, I'd hire Waffle House.
Really? Why is that?
Waffle House is a high volume place. It was just a lot of stressful. They deal with drunks all the damn time. They're very quick, very efficient. These people can cook. Somebody straight out of culinary school, 80% of the time, pretentious as fuck and don't know how to work in a kitchen.
They're not a real kitchen, yes.
They just know how to. They know how to cook, but it's like you didn't go to school to learn how to work on a line.
Yeah.
They work that line, and they know how. And the Waffle House employees can work that shit.
I feel the same way about bartending school.
Yeah.
But that Waffle House cook isn't going to be able to improvise and be a problem solver like you said earlier.
Oh, of course they can.
Nah, not necessarily. Okay, so you're telling me a Waffle House cooks are going to know what a mirepoix is or a mornay or a bechamel, and they can just make that. Now, you can, right? Because you have the experience and you have the training.
It's called training.
Yeah, but you had to learn that at one point in time, yes or no? Somebody had to teach you that, whether it was 5 years or 10 years into your career.
So why can't I teach somebody from Waffle House that?
You can. You can.
That's my point.
But I can go to school and learn all that and come out of school already with that knowledge. So now you as an employee don't have to teach me that knowledge.
Oh, no, I don't have to teach you that knowledge. I just need to smack the shit out of you in order to get you to finally get to work because you think that you need to take 30 minutes to make the mirepoix.
Well, that's what they don't know.
That's my point.
Well,
I'd rather train the Waffle House employee how to make a mirepoix and to have them do it quickly than have somebody who knows how to make a mirepoix and doesn't have any sense of urgency.
Going through Waffle House
you're just
is like
training
going
two
through
different.
basic
You're just
training.
training two different things. You're either teaching somebody how to mirepoix, or you're teaching somebody how to speed up.
And I'm teaching somebody who's humble and able to learn, and I'm versus somebody who just came out of school, thinks that they know everything, and doesn't want to learn.
Yeah, I hate those. I hate those.
Now, I know I'm saying this is a general statement. I know not everybody coming out of these schools are obviously like that, but I'm saying most people are only going for the romanticized version of what they think they're going to come out with.
I went to school,
and then they get to the kitchen, and they're like, oh, no, I burned myself. And it's like, tough.
It's true. Or they cut themselves, or they have to wash dishes, or they have to sweep floors.
Yeah, it's like I didn't go to school to wash dishes.
Yeah.
It's like get your ass back in that dish pit. You're not cutting an onion until you're freaking that entire dish pit is cut.
Yeah,
clean.
And I agree with you on that 100%. That's what they don't have, but they have knowledge over skills. But but you can also teach them the skills though. Again, I would rather have a culinary student over a Waffle House student. I can talk because of my language and the way I talk to a chef or a cook, the way I talk to them, I'm going to be able to say certain things to them to where they're going to be like, okay, I can go get that. I can go get you a chinois. I can get you a China cap and know the difference between a ricer and a muddler and all these terms that we use that I can speed up instead of me being like, hey, Waffle House guy, go get me a chinois. I need a fine niche chinois. Where's that at? That's like telling him to get the left-handed spatula. He's going to be lost. You're going to have to walk over there and get the fucking chinois yourself before he's going to learn. You have to go over there, walk to it, and show him what it is. Whereas a culinary student, you won't have to. You're like, hey, give me the chinois off the rack over there. He'll walk right over there, grab that chinois, and bring it back in 5 seconds.
Still, I'd rather
I know.
not risk.
You take. Your
I'd rather
Waffle
not
House,
risk a bad
I'll take my
attitude versus
culinary.
somebody that I know is going to actually get the job done.
Bad attitude. I ain't scared of no bad attitude. I'll take your bad attitude. Bad attitude means challenges. Then you just got to challenge that person, and that's fun. Waffle House guy isn't challenging. It's easy.
So you're saying it is easier?
Easier to deal with the ego, yes. Easier to deal with the young chef's ego because they don't have that ego. They just came from Waffle House. So what the fucking ego do they have? They know how to scramble eggs and put waffle batter in a machine and close a waffle iron. So like, oh, you can cook hash browns. Congratulations.
They've got the soft
You can
skills.
undercook the grits. Congratulations. They're not even cooking grits right. I had grits at Waffle House not too long ago. Undercooked.
You go to bad Waffle Houses.
I know.
Like you just need to go to a better
there.
Waffle House.
Name one. Tell me which one. Which is the
There's
good one?
hundreds.
Where? And I've been to
Literally
30
on
of
every
them.
exit in Georgia.
Yeah, I know there is. Well, which ones are the good ones? Which ones are the bad ones?
It's like, where can I find a Waffle House as I'm standing across the street from a Waffle
I said
House?
a good one. I said a good one. Where do I find a good one at? Where's your
Again,
local?
they're all over the place.
Yeah. A good one?
Go to the one on the 5th Avenue in freaking
Apparently
Atlanta.
not, they're not all over the place because I keep going to the bad ones. You just said.
That's because you only go to you only go to the same ones. I guarantee.
No. All the way from Peachtree City to Woodstock. I've been to all those.
Also,
I've
you're
been
going
to-
to Waffle House.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's kind of like you're pulling a guy to Waffle House and you want him to make a mirepoix, which I don't even know what that is. But you're asking him to do
See?
that.
That's the Waffle House guy.
But then you've got there's so many more technical things you have to do the higher elevated the kitchen is.
Yeah, that Waffle House guy isn't going to know what a julienne, a Brunoise, or any of those cuts are going to be either. Whereas you're right, the culinary kid is going to know all these things, but he's
Fine,
going to
let's
have an
specify something then. I would hire the Waffle House person over somebody who just got out of culinary school. If
Hire
I
them
was
both.
if I was working somewhere, let's say like a Tex-Mex joint.
ego. Yeah,
Like if it wasn't a high end, it's more of like casual dining.
yeah.
I would
Majority of
definitely
restaurants.
hire the majority of restaurants. Yes.
Yes.
I would hire the Waffle House employee because they have the attitude, they have everything they need to know, and I can teach them the technique and I can teach them the technical terms very easily with somebody who already is just like on it.
Yeah.
They're very quick and very easy
true.
to work
Very
with.
true.
I would do that. Now,
I'd
if I
hire
was
them
working
both.
at a high end, if I was going, that.
Yeah.
If they're straight out of culinary school, fuck no, I'm still not hiring you.
Huh.
Because you're straight out of culinary school. You don't have any experience on what the line is. You just don't have that.
Start then. Did
I
you start
need-
at the Waffle House?
The culinary, they go to the casual dining places like
Yeah.
everyone else does.
Yeah. Start at the Waffle House. Start to get your speed up.
You got to start somewhere. That's
Yeah.
why I don't like culinary school is the concept of like is an easy way in. It's not.
It's absolutely not.
It's like you just spent all this money for all this knowledge, and then when you have to
Yes.
start at the bottom, they're like so offended, and that's why I get irritated because I'm like, why are you irritated? We all worked our way the fuck up.
Yes.
You
So
thought
they
you got
start
an
with
easy
ego.
access because you paid a couple grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am well aware of those kids.
At least then you've got someone, if they go to culinary school, they have certain skills, they can move up as long as they get the ego in check.
Yeah.
If someone goes to bartending school, I'm not going to hire them because I need to understand that you can, the operation is more important than your knowledge.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably not going to go
Wait. You sure about that? You sure you're comfortable with that answer?
abso-fucking-lutely.
Okay.
Because
so
I can
you
teach
just
someone.
said that you would hire somebody who has no bar knowledge at all over somebody that has bar knowledge.
Bartending school doesn't really give you, it doesn't give you the
It teaches you how to make a margarita. Does that person that know how to make? I don't even know how to make a margarita. You don't know what a mirepoix is? You can tell me right now what a margarita recipe is, pretty much off the top of your head, right? You can give me all of these drink recipes, pretty much off the top of your head. That new bartender is gonna have to stop, look at their phone, find a recipe, or gonna have to stop another employee and ask you, "Hey, what's in a margarita? Orange juice, lime." This, I mean, I'm sure you know the recipe.
But that's the deal. Like, you're not, kind of like a cook, you're not going to come in off the street and immediately go into bartending. So
no, you gotta be a
instead,
bar
kind of like the
back and
Waffle
stuff
House
that.
example, I'm going to hire someone that's been serving or bar backing.
Yeah,
They're going to be in positions where they have to interface with these drinks and know what they mean and present them to customers.
Yes.
So that way, when they get behind the bar, they already have this knowledge. Plus, they understand how the bar works. They see the
what
flow.
do you think they went to school for? These kids
But they don't
what
know
they're
how to
doing.
work the. They
They
don't.
don't. They have to have that training. That is part of training.
But I
Sometimes
need
it
you to
is-
know that now because I can't I can't work with a bartender who can't handle a disgruntled customer, who can't
Yeah.
keep someone's attention, who can't sell things. That's far more important.
Yeah, yeah.
I've worked with plenty of bartenders that didn't, they weren't the best. They're like, I don't know what's in a mint julep. I don't know what's in a Sazerac. I don't know. And it's like, okay, but can you work with the customer? Can you confidently not know something and present that to the customer and then get around to figuring out and then making it and still make them have a good experience? If you can bullshit your way through it, that's far better for me because they keep the guest experience fluid.
That's good for your end, but not for back of the house.
No, absolutely not. It's a very different world in that respect.
We don't have to sell nothing.
But I would always take the person from the Waffle House for the bar, whereas I understand on your side, there's far more technical terms. Now, granted, you're probably not going to go from bar backing to craft cocktails.
Yeah.
But even in those circumstances, someone has already made the recipe for you. You just have to understand what you're using. And usually it's just the liquor, which you need to understand anyway.
Yeah.
What liquors do you have? Can you tell me what bourbons we have on staff?
And that's training. That's where
you work somewhere where you're a bourbon bar and you have 300 bourbons.
Shoo.
You still got to do some work.
Oh yeah.
You got a taco Mac and they've got 150 beers on tap. That's a lot to remember.
And you need to know a lot of information.
You got to know a lot of stuff. But
at
that point, you're more of a salesman and less of a craftsman.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true too.
No, that is very true.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's basically So I think that's all the point I was trying to make was the fact it's like in those circumstances, and I know it's not everybody. But that's why the interview process is very, very important in these instances because it's like if I'm interviewing somebody who's fresh out of school, and I need to know where to put them. I need to know if they're comfortable where I put them.
Fair enough.
All those things.
Yes.
I need to know if I'm basically not. I'm not just reading because now I know you went to culinary school. I already know the knowledge you should know.
Yeah.
I'm now asking you who you are.
Yeah.
And if you're going to fit into this environment.
Very true. That's why we have stage.
Yeah.
That's why we have stagings. See if you get along. Remember my first night staging? That was a fun time.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. He told me like months down the road, he was like, wasn't sure if I was going to like you or not. Me and Emily talked on the sidebar about that, Sean. You didn't stop talking. And he's still saying it to this day.
Oh, definitely. Okay, the first time I met you, you didn't even come through the front door. He walks in through the back of the fucking building. Just walks straight into the kitchen.
That's where you come. That's where employees come, right?
And he just walks up and he's just like standing by the line.
He just came in dick swinging.
Yeah.
No.
You totally were, dude. Because like seriously, I was in the middle of a conversation with Emily and like you were just like you interrupted immediately. We're just like, "What's up? I'm Sean Paul from LA."
I like this guy.
It's like what the fuck? We were like,
yeah.
Hi.
I was like, we're gonna have some fun tonight, okay? I'm here stage and I'm here for like 3 or 4
that wasn't
hours.
your stage. That was the first time you walked in. That was when you were asking for a job. You didn't even work there. You didn't have an interview. You walked straight into the back door.
Dick swinging.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Like you didn't. We didn't even know who the fuck you were. We didn't know your name. Everybody was like, "Who the hell is this guy walking into the kitchen?"
When I came in and talked to Mike, you were there that day.
Yeah, you literally interrupted Emily and I to just introduce yourself as Sean Paul from LA. We all thought your last name was from LA.
That's a stretch.
Sean Paul. Wow, 4 names. Sean Paul from LA.
Yeah, that's a long one. No.
So it was hilarious. So like when you finally got to the stage, you were like, "Oh, this guy's gonna crash and burn. This guy's got such a cocky ego." Turned out to be like the busiest night on record so far for that business, and he and I just fucking pushed the food out. It was like, "Fuck, okay."
I kind of know what I was doing. I kind of knew what I was doing.
Someone's walked in. So you come in, it's the busiest night on record, and you just have a banging night. Is that the first time? Is that the only time that's ever happened for you?
For me, yeah,
Someone
actually.
just walks in off the street, and you're like, damn, what the fuck?
That was like one of the few times that
This man came from heaven.
I don't really know if I've ever had another experience with a stage where it was just like that balls to the wall busy.
Yeah.
And it was just like instant melding. And it was just like everything on the line worked.
Instant best friends. We were like, did we just become best friends?
Yeah, it really was. It was kind of like
we became best friends that night.
Had Sean Paul not been Sean Paul from LA that day,
I showed up and did my thing. I needed a job. I didn't really need a job. I just kind of was like, I heard this is the nicest restaurant
you were
in
like
Woodstock.
in the area. You were like putting in like applications everywhere.
That was the nicest restaurant in Woodstock. So I was like, I'm going to go for the nicest restaurant. They can actually afford me.
If you're taking notes, don't do this unless you've got this much confidence and charisma.
Yeah.
And
be aware who you are.
experience, man. Just experience. I could show up to any restaurant now and do that. You know how many times I failed at doing that, though? Oh, I've embarrassed myself before, bro, doing that, before showing up to a stage or showing up trying to get a job. And the chef will look at you sometimes like, are you crazy? It's worked out for most of my life, but, like, other times it's just, like, I tried out for this pizza Italian restaurant one time, and it was just a second job for me. But I showed up, you know, saying same way I always do, showed up to the back door, handed my resume, you know, saying got a stage that night, showed up the next night, because it was too late by the time, because I was working the morning shift at another restaurant, and I was going for this PM shift, sous chef position, or, you know, saying at this pizza Italian place. Nope, that place whooped my ass. Couldn't keep up. I was crashing. I was so tired. I just couldn't focus like I should have been focused on that job. I think I went in there with the mentality of, I already have a job. I really don't need this job. It's just paying pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, somebody told me about it. They're like, hey, you might work out at this place. It's a pizza place, Italian place. I've always loved those type of foods, so why not try out? Nope. I didn't.
That's the other part, though, right there, is
desperate.
because those kind of attitudes, like, especially if, like, people in this industry, a lot of us have, like, multiple jobs. A lot of people have multiple jobs.
Absolutely.
And so it sucks when all of a sudden, like, you get the person that you are their second job, and now all of a sudden they just don't give a shit about the place. And they're like, I don't really need this much money, so I'm just here to do it. So, you know, and I'm like,
guilty. I've had that attitude. It's terrible.
It's fucking bullshit.
I hate people like that, and I've been that person also, so I can reflect and see both of them.
Yeah.
I've been that person, and then I've seen somebody act like that, and I'm like, that's a fucking douche.
Yeah, because that's what makes training difficult.
Back. Yeah,
that makes training difficult, because, like, if they don't care and you try to teach them, they're like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
It's
Why
like,
am I putting in this effort?
Yeah.
And you're clearly, hey, I needed this day off. We can't. But then they hold that leverage of, like, well, if I don't get this day off, I'm not going to show up anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
well,
bye.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Like, that's always been my response. Is like, I'm just going to leave then. It's like, well, then do it.
Yeah.
It's like, if this really is not that important to you, then I don't need you around fucking dragging us down, all right?
Yeah.
I'll go find the guy that can work full-time. Fuck you.
Yeah. I got another job that way, though, too. Back in the day, I was like 18 years old, and I just showed up to this restaurant, and I really needed a job back then. You know, I had no job. I think I had just got fired from Applebee's. Well, I got arrested at Applebee's, and we kind of decided to part ways. It wasn't because I did anything at Applebee's. I had done something prior, and then the police just tracked me down to Applebee's. And they surrounded the building and, like, put me in handcuffs and walked me out of the fucking building.
God damn it.
Like, right? Like,
I've seen that happen one other time. It really is brutal to watch when somebody, like, gets like arrested at work.
It's brutal to be that
on
person.
shift.
Like, you get put in handcuffs in a kitchen, and then you got to look around, and everybody's just looking at you, and you're like, oh.
What'd you do, Sean?
Yep. Yeah, well, that's a story for another time. I think that's expunged off my criminal record, I think. I don't know. But I really needed this job, so I just was walking into every restaurant being like, chef, just give me a job. You know, saying, here's my resume. At that point in time, I had very little work experience. But I was like, look, give me a job. Let me work the weekend. If I do good through this weekend, then, you know what I'm saying, you keep me on. But if I don't do good and I don't prove myself in 2 days, Friday and Saturday, then we just part ways. You pay me for the 2 days, and I'm done. Bro, I was there for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. I seen a lot of changes in that restaurant and helped out a lot of changes in that restaurant. That restaurant was one of the restaurants that actually made me decide to go to culinary school, working for that chef and the people that restaurant was putting out at that point in time. Because, again, at that point in time, there was a lot of culinary kids at this place. And I wasn't a culinary kid, you know. That those were the people they were hiring. They were hiring people that were out of culinary school or had culinary school experience. And I had none of that at that point in time. But I proved myself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just walking in the back door.
I think that is where culinary school is the most relevant. If you already are in the industry, you're wanting to get better.
Yeah.
If you're there to actually improve and be a better part of the kitchen, fuck yeah, that's the culinary student that I want to hire.
Yeah.
Not the ones that are going just to show off. I want the ones that are like, I actually want to get better.
Yeah, not the ones who watch Food Network and like, oh, I can cook or I cook at home. And my mom and dad love it. No. It took me many years of having a lot of criticism and being shut down and told me that this recipe doesn't work, to where a lot of friends and family were like, this is delicious. But I'm on the other hand like, the chef at the restaurant didn't like it. I know it's not good. I'm just trying it out on you guys differently, or, saying, trying to improve on it.
Trying to practice.
Yeah, practice. Yeah. So, yeah, showing up to that restaurant that day, I've done that a lot of times. I think a lot of people should. I mean, chefs respect. It's almost like the old construction crew type thing. Just show up to a construction site, kind of get a job. That's my old mentality. I watch too many movies where men just show up. If you want the job, you show up, you do the fucking job.
I'll just never forget the look on your face. Because the way you just, like, walked in, you were just standing there with this, like, just shit-eating grin, just standing there, just going, what's up?
Tell these boys what I was wearing, though. Can't tell them what I came to my interview on, bro. That chef was like, at that point in time, the chef had never had an interview to where somebody showed up in a 3-piece suit, doc. I showed up G'd up, talking slacks, the vest, the red. I had my red power tie on for just a cook position. I didn't even want a chef position at that point in time. Wasn't even going for management. I had already retired from being the executive chef. At that point in time in my life, was where I was taking a step back from management. I had just had Giovanni, so Giovanni was fresh and new. Me and my wife were good at where we were financially, to where I didn't need to be the chef, to where I can kind of, as you know now, I've slowly backed off to where I retired because she went to school and did her thing. I was at the beginning of that, so I didn't want to be in management and stuff like that. So, I just showed up just for a cook position, a saute cook. That's all I wanted to be. I wanted to go back to my roots, back to those days of being an 18-year-old kid and showing up to a restaurant to where back then I was not even qualified for the fucking job. Like, no qualifications at all, to showing up to when I was, 36, 37 when we met?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, 3 years ago. I'm 40 now. So, yeah, about 37, I think. Yeah, the confidence had built a lot by then. By then, I was like, I could show up in this kitchen and get a job. If the 18-year-old Sean Paul can show up with zero, I can get that job.
Yeah.
I was there longer than you. You ended up quitting before I did.
I did.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we won't talk about that. I can't remember what was the straw that broke your back on that one.
It was
just the drive, I think.
Yeah. I moved.
Yeah, you moved.
That was right after I moved to Norcross.
Yep. All right, back to training.
But yeah, that's what but I was going to get back to that because we've been basically just sitting here talking about bad employees the entire time and like all that kind of stuff.
I was just going to ask.
I want to turn that on its head on the fact of like just what training can do for certain people. Like, currently I have somebody in the kitchen that never cooked before.
Yeah.
Has no clue what he's doing. And so.
But you were too. You were there.
I was exactly. And that's why I'm like, this is a place where I'm like, it's not, we're not, I know I have things I need to get done, but I'm going to have to apply some pressure. But I'm not going to give up on somebody just because of these reasons, just because they don't know
it's kind of like a Big Brother program in a sense.
Kind of. Like,
because you don't only just train them on how to do a job, you train them on how to be a teamwork, what we talked about earlier, team building activities.
Mm-hmm.
I think kitchens have a lot of team building activities.
Absolutely. The pranks, all the things that we talked about, that's a whole lot. That's a whole different thing right there. But I don't want just the ability to not give up on somebody just because of that, not to fire somebody just because they don't have the experience and not have everything. Yeah. And building that relationship with somebody through training can be very powerful at the same time because it was nice to actually see the improvements that are happening. Like, I think the one time we talked about him before, not on air or anything like that, but we've all talked about him, and I was just bitching up a storm. But finally, like, things started to settle in a little bit, and he's like, I was able to go in the back and just sit in the office and get my paperwork done because I got that whole new menu I'm pushing out. I was just able to get some work done, and he was left alone on the line. And then all of a sudden, like, when I walked up there, he was making a little bit of a mistake. I tried to get everything sorted back out. I took over the line again. We worked through it. But he's getting better to the point I can actually step away from him now. I don't have to touch him so much.
Nice.
That's nice.
Touch him. I don't think you should be touching the employees.
I have to. I'm touching his heart.
Above the waist.
I'm touching his heart.
Okay, above the waist.
So,
as long as you touch it, hands above the waist.
Touched by the Angel.
Yeah, that was a good show. I remember that show. You're too young to remember Touched by an Angel. You saw reruns. He said Touched by an Angel. He got me distracted over there.
Like, he could definitely know what Touched by the Angel is.
Oh, I've just heard it before. I have no.
Oh, I was gonna say,
I have no
see?
clue.
You what?
He just heard
Okay,
it.
never mind.
He just knows it as a meme.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm thinking of that like "Lips of an Angel" song.
I
I know. Lips of an
angel.
Which I didn't
cheat
realize.
on your
I didn't realize that's what that was. Until my wife pointed that out. Oh shit!
Have you heard his new music since he's been clean and sober?
I don't want to.
It's actually pretty good.
I don't care.
Artists
Yeah,
should
sure.
always.
You should check it out. I'm just saying, don't hate on an artist. Yeah, don't be that guy.
I just don't care.
I know you don't care, but all right.
It's more of an indifference than it is. Like, I'm not angry at the guy. I'm just like,
I understand.
I didn't like his music before. I'm not gonna care about
You
his
might
music
not.
now.
You might. I'm not saying that you have to care. I'm just saying you should listen to it. Just give it a spin. Put it on one time. Just be like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. You can judge it. Be judgy all you want. What's your judgy ass?
I don't really like the
talking
song.
about?
I'll
Judge
try
whoever
it.
you want to
anything
judge.
right now. I just don't want to listen to music I don't want to listen to.
I
Stop
think
trying
you
to
might
put me
it.
like
I'm just saying. I think you might like it. I'm just saying.
this is how I started doing drugs.
Yeah.
This is how I started doing drugs. That's peer pressure. That's peer pressure.
It's not.
You can't force
I'm
bad
not.
music on
I'm
me
not-
or
it's
good
not-
music on me. You can't force mediocre music on me.
I'm not forcing
You're not
anything.
gonna make these ear holes listen to anything I don't want to hear.
All right, brother.
Nah, nah, nah.
Calm down.
Nah, nah, nah.
You don't have to.
Nah, nah.
Hey, somebody put that song on real quick, though. He needs to hear it. Put it through the headphones. Just make you force
Were you
listen
trying to
to
sing? Na 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 na.
No, I was just trying to make sure that he can't talk anymore.
Wow.
Nah, 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 nah.
No, back to you.
Now it's, oh my God, what is somebody, is Space Bear gonna start remixing our fucking the
I don't know what that is.
Oh, that would be fucking hilarious.
Tell you
Please.
what, I might start talking to some people. Hey, can we work something here?
Yeah.
Just teach me how to do this, how to make music. I'll start remixing some stuff out of this. There's some beautiful things. Oh man,
But it was cool. And I finally he made the gravy. He made some stuff the other day,
Nice.
though, just to get back to what we were talking about. And gravy came out fucking great.
Nice.
Burgers aren't, fucking footballs anymore. They're actual fucking patties now.
Nice.
I was like, I started giving him
Alright.
some compliments, and he was just like, I had a really great day today. Zach gave me some compliments. I was like,
All right.
that's what that kind of stuff can do for you. It's like, I know I'm being rough on you, but I've explained it to him, like, the reasons why. Like, don't
Yeah.
take this personally. I'm
Yeah.
going to be hard on you, though. But you're still part of the team. You're safe.
Absolutely.
I want to know you make sure you are safe. I'm not going to let you drown while you're here. And then we would go into it. And then it's like if I start snapping at him or something like that, he gets in his head a little bit, but we start figuring that stuff
Yeah.
out. So then all of a sudden, when you give this kid a compliment, it changes everything for him because now he's like, oh my God.
Absolutely.
He knows that he's improving, and that makes him want to improve more. And it motivates him. That's the power of what training, like proper training, I feel like can do. Because now he
Yes.
feels like he's part of the family, he's part of everything, and he
Or at least
doesn't.
he's getting his place.
Yeah,
He's finding his
he's
place.
finding his place.
Nice.
And I think that was actually, it's like one of those touching, like beautiful moments in a kitchen. Even like as small as our kitchen is, like
Yeah.
it can happen anywhere. It's
Oh,
kind of like a Christmas
absolutely.
miracle. Oh yeah,
it's a miracle.
oh my God, an angel got her wings.
My burger tastes like
I've trained a few kids, you know what I'm saying, and a few adults, you know what I'm saying. I got a few people that like Gavin and Caleb and Ryan and shit like that. Like 3 homies that I trained at a very Ryan's one of those like awesome stories. This guy came in and he just really needed a job. Had never done it before, never been in the kitchen, and he was I think 30 at the time, maybe a little younger. Maybe about your guys, 27, 28-year-old, you know what I'm saying? But never been in the kitchen. Like, and I taught him eventually how to, like, fillet salmons and do all this stuff. But his first day, that boy was so nervous, he dropped an entire, like, cream pie on the floor. And it's everywhere. Yes. Okay? Yes. Yes. His first day, I'm there. I've been yelling all day long. I'm Sean Paul. Like, it's dinner service. We got shit to
As
go
a
on.
younger Sean Paul, where you were
Yeah.
still a little bit of the angry
I
chef.
was still a bit of the Gordon Ramsay, pull your head out of your ass, light a fire, get the fucking shit together, let's do this fucking shit. I ain't got time to mommy you or hold your fucking hand. We have a job to do. And he dropped this pie. And it's towards the end of the night at this point in time, so it's like not a big deal. But the way he looked at me that day, and remember, it's his first day, never done this. He looked at the pie, looked at me, and he thought for sure I was just going to tear him up. Nope. The complete opposite reaction. I just start laughing. I'm taking pictures because I'm like making jokes about, obviously there's cream all over the place. And I was like, I guess this guy got excited on his first day. Already busting nuts, got cream all over the wall. Hey, clean your mess up though. I'm not your mother. I'm not cleaning up your sock. I'm not cleaning up your dirty room. Clean this shit up.
All jokes aside, get the fuck work.
Yeah, right. But like the next day when he came in, he well, not the next day. I think it was a few days later. He finally came in and told me about how scared he was that day. He's like, I for sure thought I was never going to have a job and you were just going to kick me out of the kitchen. But after that, and we became really good friends, you know. So shout out to Ryan Dunbar. I still remember that cream pie you dropped all over the floor.
It's just,
I
just love every time you say cream pie. I mean, Vern's outside right now just swooning.
I know. Fucking Vern. Lady, go away. But then you got those other young ones, you know, Gavin and Caleb. They were 16. They were in high school. And they're still doing it to this day.
Heck
and
yeah.
they're building their resumes up. I mean, I know they're still working in kitchens. I think they've tried to get away from kitchens, but they keep coming back to kitchens. Haven't talked to them. I hear rumors about what they're doing, and, like, they're doing good, though. I hear Caleb's doing real good.
Heck yeah.
Running kitchens and whatnot, learning from me.
Yeah, training is tricky, I think. You know, just because you have to be firm, but you can't be too firm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, then you're just forcing people out of the kitchen.
You got to figure out what motivates each person.
Yes. Yes.
You know, like not everyone wants to make drinks, but they enjoy, like me, like working with people.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, like, cool. If you enjoy doing that, I'm going to put you on the floor. I want you to talk to people. I want you to have to interact, and you're going to learn that way.
Yep. There you go. Be a cocktail server.
Yeah, front of house it's a weird dynamic because they're gonna get yelled at for fucking up from the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're a server and you mess up an order, the bar's gonna yell at you.
Yeah.
So you get yelled at from you. No one's really behind you as a server, at least. Yeah. You mess up all over the place.
Yeah.
Bosses are yelling at you.
Customers,
Yeah.
chefs, bartenders.
That sucks.
That does suck.
Like, hey, run your own food. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why do I? Yeah, other servers. Why do other servers yell at you? Why do I got to run your food?
Yeah.
What? What are you doing?
Even other servers hate other servers.
You gonna take your table? I'll take your table from you.
It's pretty universal. They do all hate servers.
I get some more teas for table 14. You get your own teas.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's not my money. Yeah, like I say, servers are cutthroat like that. There's no.
I believe
sometimes they'll help each other. You know, the more senior ones will help, but in general, at least, especially if everyone's like, if it's real busy and they only can worry about their tables, I don't give a fuck about your tables. It takes a manager or the chef on the line, the expo, run this food.
It takes,
Usually like,
takes the
I got
expo guy to yell at him.
Hey, Buster, can you run that food?
Get this out of here.
14. I got to go back here and eat something. I'm hungry. Middle of dinner service, run back there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be brutal.
Just selfish.
That's brutal.
Yeah. But I do believe
they're just getting like gangbanged by the whole restaurant the entire
they
time.
do,
Customers
And then the customers still yelling at them. I mean, like, dude, there's no one that's on their side.
No one. Not a single person. How do you train for something like that?
I don't know.
Keep getting fucked.
Some of the worst stuff is when you teach a new server how to handle tables, how you serve tables, and they do everything perfectly, and the guest is like, oh, thank you so much. You did a great job, and they feel good. They got praise from the customer. They're getting praise from everyone else. And they, it's like an $80 tab, whatever, and they leave them like $5.
Oh.
And all of a sudden they're like, what did I do wrong?
Oh, yeah,
What did I do wrong? That's not, what the
you didn't do nothing wrong.
I can't do this all night and make
broke.
$5 a table.
No.
I'm only going to make like $50 tonight.
Yeah.
You go, you didn't do anything wrong, just some people suck.
Yeah. Yes.
Some people
Some
just
people
suck.
People just suck.
Some people suck.
Yeah, they do.
Just how it is sometimes, you know. Sometimes just
You did
realize
a
that
great
people
job.
suck.
And they're just going to tell you, hey, blow me.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing a great job.
Yeah.
But fuck you a little bit. Bye.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
That is the tough part. But then you got the whole other spectrum on that one. I always try to play devil's advocate. You got the whole to where you don't even feel like you gave them good service, but the customers were just fat, and they just tipped you $100 on a $50 tab.
Definitely.
And you're like, oh, well, that makes up for the idiot that I gave great service for. So it's kind of a karma thing, I believe. I'd have to say that. My wife used to say that a lot about hers. She used to tell me all the time when she was serving tables that she just lets it happen because you're going to have good ones, you're going to have bad ones. You can try to table shark and try to get the section that you want, but like just take the section that you get. Don't complain about it.
Yeah.
And then however it plays out, it plays out. You have the right karma about that. I think it works out the best on that, but
Yeah.
that's a whole nother episode.
That's hard to teach.
That's hard to
just to go.
teach.
Just do the job. You're gonna get taken care of.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
just people that don't
Yeah.
say anything.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, yeah, like you're saying, $50 on a $100 tab,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Cool.
you want to like run outside. I love you.
Right?
You're amazing.
Yeah.
You come back. You get free dessert. You get everything. You get all the free
It's
shit.
your birthday. I'm going to put a birthday ticket in. I know you servers do
That's
that
right. I'm
shit.
gonna have 18 birthdays. You got to bring
Yeah.
18 people. 18 birthdays. Everyone's got a same
Everybody's
birthday.
got
on
a
this
same
table.
baby.
birthday.
Every single one of your tables had a birthday tonight, huh?
These are great people.
You always know, that server. I know that
Oh, yeah.
servers. Remember that
What
server?
we all met on Facebook group,
Yeah.
okay? We have a Facebook group for everybody that was born on February 10th,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
And they all decided to come to this restaurant tonight.
At the same time.
all and they were all your tables. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I know how to network.
That's how it rolls.
We're all cancers, baby.
What?
This is the age of Aquarius.
Age of Aquarius. I still have this. Oh, no one can see the cup. Hold on.
Oh, you're showing off that sin chicken.
Yeah, the hate chicken.
The hate chicken. The hate chicken with the most efficient drive-through of any drive-through.
Well,
It's just they're on point.
I had another trainee
Like,
not too long
all
ago
the
that was
time.
a good trainee. Remember that guy, the last guy I trained, that Jeffrey guy?
yeah.
Yeah. He was a good person. And think about that. That was a very odd one for me. You know, you're training somebody who has been in IT his entire life. He's 36 years old. He went to Georgia Tech for like all these like smart things, you know. No idea about a kitchen at all. And he comes in and so trainable. Like one of the easiest people to ever have to train, I think. You tell him something, you show it to him, he makes it perfect, and then he messes up, and then he figures it out again. He had that type of brain, too, like that type of thought process to where he could almost like, oh, I'm kind of like that. Sometimes I do need to fuck something up before I can be able to know how to make it the right way also. Like breaking hollandaise. You break a hollandaise, you're going to be able to figure out how to fix that hollandaise. But you don't really know how to fix something until you break something else at the same time. So that's something that you can't train and teach everything, but
No, definitely. There needs to be some kind of problem-solving
Yeah.
ability in like employees, period.
Yeah.
That's something you don't really get to train them.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
can tell them, like, this is the way I
All
would
day.
like
Yeah.
you to start thinking about things.
yeah.
But it's if they don't have that natural ability just to kind of like understand, like, let's say, like, okay, like let's use burgers as an example. If you have two smash patties that you're going to use to make like, you know, like a double patty or like, you know, a double burger, double cheeseburger, right? And then you send it out and it gets sent back because they say it's too dry. And it's like, well, they're smash patties. What the fuck did I do wrong? And if you're sitting there, you're still like not figuring it out. It's like, you know, it's like, and you can be told, okay, great, this is my training opportunity.
Yep.
Well done doesn't mean everything has to be a hockey puck.
Yep.
It just means that there's no pink.
Yep. Just
So-
cooked at 165.
Yeah. So when you put that patty down, don't just let it sit there. Actually make sure you're timing the burger and you're making sure that you're getting the sear that you want on it, but you're not overcooking it.
Yeah.
You don't want to like have it just completely dry.
You don't smash it out. Yes.
So don't actually like, you know, you smash the patty to get the shape, but you don't smash the patty the entire time.
No. You're just pushing all that fat out.
Yeah. So they make it again, it comes out dry again. Then you're just going to be like, okay,
All right.
I'm
watch
not
me.
gonna touch it again. I'm gonna let him fuck that up for right now. And then hopefully the next one he'll figure it out. If he doesn't do it again, then I'm stepping in. I'm gonna be like, okay, look, I'm gonna need you to step over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go over this again, but there's no problem solving that's happening.
Yeah.
The right person would be able to hear me say, "This is
Okay.
not a hockey puck."
Yeah. Yeah.
Be able to walk up and be like, "That makes sense to me. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to cook all the juices out."
Yes.
Okay, great. So now how do I do that? How do I cook this in the right way? How do I manage my heat? How do I do these things
I
to
like how you
start
call it
problem solving?
juices.
Juices.
Like cooking all the juices out.
All the juices.
I imagine that's got to be harder, especially with things like burgers. People must be used to grilling at home or doing whatever. Like, this is the way my dad makes it. And he just like,
Yeah.
he turns into a char, and that's how I know how to make it. Now you got to learn how to make it
Oh yeah.
properly,
right way.
not the way that your
Yeah.
dad makes it, the way
Well, your
you used
dad
to
or your
make
mom
it.
makes
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't make cocktails, or if they do, they're used to
Yeah.
like here's 4 ounces of vodka. Like,
Yeah.
whoa, hold your horses.
Yeah.
Give it a second. Something I have noticed from y'all have to deal with, like the flat top will have certain hot spots, and you have to like
Oh, yeah.
know where those are.
Oh yeah.
Behind the
That's
bar,
a training thing. I think that's a learning thing, really, not even a training thing. You just got to learn
Yeah,
that.
because sometimes they
and that
can
might
move
be
depending on what
like
you're
what,
using.
range to range, kitchen to
Oh
kitchen.
yeah. Oh yeah. Every time you get on a grill, no matter what, even if you're at home, you're at somebody's house, like everybody's grill is gonna be different.
Yeah.
You got to find that hot spot. Put that little hand over top of it. Ooh, there she is.
baby.
You
There
go behind
she
the bar,
is.
and you'll have two soda guns, like the one we have now. One soda gun, or they both have sour mix on them, but they don't push out the sour mix at the same rate. Like one is more
Ah.
syrup than water,
What?
so
That's not good.
you have to like know which
Yeah.
one comes out which. If you want to use both of them, you kind of have to time each of those guns differently.
Yeah,
And
that's
if we're
annoying.
busy, I don't have a choice. I got to use one gun. I got to kind of know, so I'm getting mostly the same the end result.
Yeah.
But just little stuff like that. Or if you go to a different bar and they use different sour mix, they use different Bloody Mary mix. And
Absolutely, that
you got to know how
happens.
those flavors are going to change.
Yes.
Especially if you have that one regular that gets the same thing all the time.
Yes.
All of a sudden you have a different mix, or you use a different gun and it tastes different. You got to be aware of that.
Yeah.
Usually they're cool
I
with it.
think
They'll take it. You gotta
margaritas
know.
are the biggest culprit of that fucking thing. I have had thousands of margaritas,
There are probably thousands of different sour
and
mix.
I've never had ones where like, oh, this is the best one. Nah, I've had the ones that are the best ones. But no, I don't think anybody makes a margarita the same anywhere, at restaurants, at home, or anything. Everywhere I've ever been, they always have a little twist to it.
Yeah.
Just something a little different to it, and it's just like, huh? Still get you fucked up though. I love.
It's the way that most people make them.
Well, exactly. So why don't you make them for me and I'll judge.
All right.
All right.
I prefer to use I don't mind
Go
using
for it.
sour mix, but I'll use a little bit of agave as well. Half sour mix, half agave to
See,
get
I don't like
sweetness,
sour mix.
but not as acidic.
I want the
and then you add
fresh,
fresh
orange
lime
juice and lime juice.
Yes. If you just use the sour mix, if it's not homemade, it's going to have that artificial like sting to
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And I don't like
Oh,
that.
yeah. I don't like it either. I don't like when they're too sugary, too sweet, and you
Yeah.
taste like a lot of the sweet and sour mix, and they're too sweet. Like, motherfucker, no.
Yeah.
I don't want that. It has to be a balance on a good margarita. There's a balance. Has to be.
Or people are
But yeah.
hypocritical. Someone's like, I don't mix light and dark liquor, and they're very adamant about it. And then that same person comes in another time and gets Long Island. They're like,
That okay.
When they're together, it makes it dark. So yeah, I'm not mixing them, but they are mixed. But I'm not mixing them.
like, all right.
I'm not drinking the dark and the white separate and then mixing them in my belly. Wait a minute.
The only
Is that how
people
that
that it's
works?
acceptable for me to make a Long Island for is service industry. You're getting a job done. Or if you're a professional drinker,
Yeah.
that's what you do. If you get a Long Island, I just want a Long Island. You are disgusting. Long Islands are gross.
Yeah, they are. They
Why
are.
you just
I agree.
Stop. Just stop.
I
it.
agree.
Stop it. You're not in college anymore.
Yeah, right.
If you're in
I don't
college,
need
stop being
7
in
different
college.
things in my liquor. Just give me bourbon or
Dear
whiskey.
God, man, that's 7 different liquors.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's what 5, 4 liquors, and
Vodka, gin, rum, tequila, triple sec, sour mix, Coke.
yeah.
Or
So-
Jim Jones. Jim Jones even worse because that's 4 different flavored liqueurs. It's like black raz, melon, peach, triple
Oh my
sec.
God, stop.
Maybe one more, but it's just straight sugar.
Yeah. It's
Oh.
straight sugar.
God.
Oh, the
Yeah.
hangovers
Oh,
you will have.
Yes. Yes.
The places you will go, the vomit you will spew,
God.
the toilets you will paint.
Is that what they is that what they fucking poured out in Jonestown?
The Jim Jones? Maybe. The streets are running black with urine.
Yeah.
Out of you.
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
Yeah. Just give me bourbon. Just give me some whiskey. I'll be good with that.
So every time you order a
Neat.
Jim Jones, there's just a guy that steps up behind you with an AK, just been like, "All right, get ready to drink it.
Oh shit.
You go and drink it.
You're gonna drink it."
You're not gonna remember none of it.
I mean, it's
You're gonna want to
to
forget.
all bartenders, just if you can, stop putting so much sugar in every drink. You
Yeah.
don't have to use
Yes.
sugar's a cop out. It's an
Yes, it
easy way to
is.
cover up your mistakes.
Yes, it is.
If you make a
Yes.
mistake,
Yes.
I get it, but learn from that mistake.
Yes.
Quit shoving sugar down people's gullets.
Yes,
Yes,
please. Sugar
please.
does not go well the next day.
I think that's
and
probably my
hangover.
hardest thing about ordering mixed drinks is because when I go out, the hardest thing is like sometimes I want a mixed drink. They sound delicious, the way they sell them and the way they're worded. I was like, damn, that sounds really good. But like what you just said, it's just too many fucking sugars. So I'm like, nah, I'll stick with the classic. I know what a bourbon hangover is gonna be like. It's gonna be a headache for about an hour or two. Drinking some water, I'll be good. Smoke a cigarette.
What?
Smoke a cigarette.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Actually, yeah.
something else I would like to start training people to do, like more in kitchens as well. Is like you don't like don't put too much sugar and stuff. I'm not a big fan of black pepper necessarily for everything.
Okay.
I prefer white pepper.
Huh.
I prefer to season with white pepper as well
I
because
believe white pepper has a place, you know what I'm saying, on things that are white fish and sauces and things like that, but black pepper goes on steak.
oh yes, like I'm saying, like everything has its place. I'm just like everybody is all so adamant in like most places
White
because like
pepper's
most
just
casual
dangerous,
places.
That's why.
Yeah, you don't need like a pinch.
over white pepper some shit?
That's all you. That's all. You're good. You're done.
I've heard so many stories of people like, yeah, I used that white pepper one time, fucked it up, never went back and used it.
But that's what I'm saying. You got to train them.
You got to train them. You got to learn how to just, like, you just need to have enough where the dust is in your finger.
Yeah.
You just kind of, you just rub it.
There you go.
Just rub it.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's
It's like Tinkerbell over here,
Yeah.
just doing this.
Just a little bit.
Because everybody like basically just defaults to black pepper.
Yeah, of
It's for like
course.
everything though. Like
Yeah,
everything needs black pepper, and I'm
No,
like, not
no.
everything needs
No.
black pepper.
No, not everything.
like
Like
bars
some
you go to where they put bitters, and like most every
Yeah.
drink, some kind of splash of bitters
Yes.
to make up for whatever they're trying to like add an extra olfactory sense to it. Where in many cases it just doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is useful. It's kind of like actually something I don't deal with as much now because of where we work, but getting bartenders to understand that the liquor matters, but if you're going to use very light things, if you're going to add basil, mint, hibiscus, thyme, you can add all those herbs to drinks. You just have to understand how much to use. And a lot of fresh bartenders, when they come across drinks where they have to use that kind of stuff, they'll use way too much.
Yeah.
Way too much basil, way too much mint, especially stuff like thyme. I've used cilantro in drinks. If you're gonna make like a jalapeno margarita,
Yep.
adding too
Yep.
much or too little,
Oh,
using
yeah.
fresh versus pickled,
Oh,
understanding
yeah.
how that works because
I've
the
had-
alcohol reacts with it differently in your mouth.
Oh, yeah. The jalapeno margaritas, I've had some
Yeah.
way too spicy motherfuckers. You're like, I can't even enjoy this. And then I've had some that are just made perfectly. And then you're always chasing that high. It's like a heroin. Perfect margarita.
Oh yeah,
Said margarita again. You don't like margaritas? Do you like margaritas?
It's just you keep saying it.
margaritas. I like margarita pizza.
You won't,
I like
it's like you
margaritas.
keep interrupting people and you were like that whole rant was hilarious just because like he was trying to explain something and you just kept saying margarita. The only word I could hear you say was margarita, 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 margarita.
I like margaritas.
Sorry, I'll go find a picture. I'll put up like a picture of a margarita pizza and a margarita drink and margarita Mexico and margarita. It's all the margarita.
There's a senora named Margarita. I know her.
Oh yeah, no.
Hey, margarita.
Did we ever talk about the fact that there was that one woman? I think we were talking about this during customer interactions. I'm not sure, but like remember like that old like chef story the chef told us one day about the woman who ordered a margarita pizza, no alcohol.
Yes. Yes.
It's like, dude, okay,
Ah.
we could do that.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. Margarita pizza with no alcohol. Yeah. Can you get that alcohol free? Yeah, absolutely. You sure
No
can.
problem, ma'am.
It's a non-alcoholic. This one's a non-alcoholic. margarita.
Man, we've been fermenting this. Oh shoot, what's it?
Uh-oh.
He lost everything.
lost
right
it.
there.
Balsamic
Balsamic
glaze.
glaze?
We've
Yeah.
been fermenting the balsamic glaze. It's been in that back room for 20 years. We just pulled it out. Trying to
Now
get
it's
rid
just
of
balsamic vinegar.
Now, yeah. I was-
No, is it not glaze?
well, vinegar becomes glaze.
Yeah.
But they're
But the
all
glaze on the
aged.
pizzas typically.
Yeah, yeah. There
right?
is glaze. It's just reduction of balsamic vinegar reduction.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's all
See,
it
I'd be
is.
terrible in the kitchen. I don't know.
Because balsamic vinegar, when you
Fully
reduce it,
admit.
you're going to bring out those sugars in there. So it's going to
Uh,
gives it that sweetness. But it's just literally just balsamic vinegar. You can
I love that. Oh,
reduced in balsamic vinegar.
Oh yeah.
I love it and I hate it.
it's like a sweet
If
and
you've
sour.
never done it and you've never fucked it up, have you ever fucked it up?
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
I burnt the
fuck it up,
shit
you
out of
fuck it up.
some one day,
Yeah.
and it was
You
just
fuck it
like,
up, you fuck it
oh.
up. First, it becomes napalm. The smell, inhaling it is so dangerous. You will basically you'll die for a second if you inhale balsamic reduction too hard. Like part of your soul is just like, fuck you, why'd you do that to me? And you learn, like, as you're reducing it. Like, I have a legit trick to, like, when I'm getting, like, balsamic vinegar reduction off the stove, I turn my head like this and walk away with it. Because if those fumes hit you, it gags me every time. That reduction of vinegar. It's a beautiful smell, but it'll just take it.
It's
You'll have
just
to do
so
it.
thick. It's just
Displacing
all the oxygen.
We'll
in your
do it
body.
on a show one time. Well, I'll reduce some balsamic vinegar for you, which
All
I
right.
have some balsamic vinegar upstairs. We can go up there and reduce it. And I'll reduce it just to where it's at that point, and then just go and breathe it in. You're like, oh, fuck. Now I know what you're talking
Is it
about.
like smelling salts? Just like, whoa!
Yeah, I guess
It gets really potent.
I guess
Really
that's how
potent.
it's an experience. You got to experience. We got to teach them. We got to train
yeah.
them. It's a training thing.
There we go.
Because that is a training thing. Having somebody reduce balsamic vinegar, it's a fun training exercise. Like here, you tell them what to do. You can go through all the steps. Guaranteed they're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
Guaranteed somebody reducing balsamic vinegar for the first time is going to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Because there's such a thin line between balsamic vinegar, glaze, and you fucked up. And that line is about as thin as that right there. That little leaf is right, where we put the table together.
Yeah.
That's how thin it is. It's balsamic glaze for that second, and it's fucked up, and it's balsamic vinegar before that. If you don't reduce it enough, it's just balsamic vinegar. Some people fucking cheat with the whole slurry shit.
Oh, yeah.
Do that. Not the same. I've done it before. I'm not gonna lie. I used to cheat. Just
Yeah,
'cause-
if you're in a pinch,
yeah, just on
sometimes
the fly,
cheating ain't that bad.
just
but
on the fly, you have to. No one made a balsamic reduction today
Sometimes
because
it's
no
okay
one
to cheat.
wanted to do that. That's part of training also.
Yeah.
Learning how to be a good cheater, learning how to do some shortcuts, learning how to do some shit on the fly.
like the right shortcuts too. Like,
yeah, the
don't,
right
like,
shortcuts. Yeah. I had another guy who tried to
Bartenders do it
say,
all the time.
we need fast marinara sauce, get the ketchup. We're not doing that shit. That we're not doing that. We will not fucking do. We will not make marinara sauce out of fucking ketchup.
No.
I feel like
Won't
you'd be
happen.
able to tell.
Oh, I mean,
I guess
yes
depends on
and
the
no.
cook, how good he is.
Depends on who you're serving it to.
Yeah.
The
that's
guests
true.
out there, that might be how their mama made it, and they don't know if it did.
This is the
So
best
then
sauce. This reminds me of my childhood.
This reminds me, and then that's what you're gonna do.
Got
Oh, this
you.
is so delicious because sugars. You're gonna take that risk because that's all ketchup is tomato and sugar
Is it okay to just
Tomato,
lie
sugar,
to
and
guests
vinegar.
sometimes?
and vinegar. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more other ingredients, of course, but for the most part,
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's
Yeah.
just that part of my brain lit up, and
Yeah,
I was just
yeah.
like, "Oh wait, hold on, that's
Yeah.
not right."
there's one more ingredient. There's a couple more ingredients to that.
Add those little like light white lies. Can I get a whiskey ginger? Come up. Hey man, they asked for whiskey ginger. We don't have ginger, do we? No, just do Sprite and a splash of Coke.
Yeah.
What does it taste like? It still tastes like whiskey. That's what it tastes. It tastes like whiskey soda.
Yeah.
Give it to them. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
bar
love it.
ginger ale, absolutely.
Yep.
Bar ginger.
I mean, hell, we don't
is
even have
funny.
ginger ale at our bar. We buy cans of it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we have ginger beer in the can too. And if you're
Yeah.
gonna drink ginger
Yeah.
beer. It's
Yeah.
far better.
It's far better. Yes, I do agree
Ooh,
with
now I
that.
do want some ginger beer. That sounds good.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
delicious. Ginger ale is for
Yes.
like people that want ginger beer light. They want
Yeah.
light ginger. They don't actually want the taste
Yeah.
of ginger. They want the essence of ginger.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
essence of
the
ginger.
thought of ginger.
Yeah.
It's
Just floating around.
Just the thought of ginger.
oh
Like
god.
think
Like
that
somebody
I'm drinking
walked by
ginger.
and whispered ginger to the can and walked away.
Yeah,
It's like it's this. Yeah, it's those seltzer water things. You know.
Sharpied it ginger.
Yeah.
It's like there was some ginger left in the room with it, and then that. Oh wow, we did it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's beautiful.
So yeah, there's lots of training and learning all throughout that happens all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I believe in what you were saying earlier. Positive training now, more of that, more of the positive vibes. You saw me towards the end of my career, really,
Mm-hmm.
I just walk around and be like, hey, you're doing a fantastic job. Try to keep those spirits up. Like, even though they're doing an okay job, tell them they're doing a fantastic job. Lie to them. They'll be better off because then they get motivated. Like, yeah, I'm going to do better tomorrow, too. Yeah, sure, buddy.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
You can't. I'm not entirely behind that. Like some people,
Yeah.
sure, you can do that with.
Yeah.
It depends on though. Like that's what I'm talking about. This new guy, like I have to be on him. I've noticed some behavior before where it's like occasionally he'll like try to do something just to get out of work.
Oh,
And so it's like,
really?
yeah, so like I kind of do have to, like I made it very clear, as I said before, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm making, like, I want you to understand, man, like, you are in a safe, you are safe. Your job
Yeah.
is safe. but I'm going to be cracking this whip.
Yep. Sometimes you
I'm
got
not
to.
going to be going easy on you. And so
You got
some
to.
people, you have to kind of ride them a little bit. You have to be tough. You have to be
Agree.
a little bit, I wouldn't say aggressive, because you're not trying to be mean. You're just trying to make sure that you're very firm with your
There
point.
you go.
And you're very, you want them to understand that they made that mistake.
Yeah.
They made that mistake. This wasn't like
Yes.
something like beyond their control.
Yeah.
They made that mistake. Because
Yes.
so many people will especially like in those situations, make excuses.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Try
of
to make it
course.
so it's like, that wasn't me. That
Of
wasn't me.
course.
That wasn't me.
Oh, yeah.
There's
those
all these other
guys.
circumstances. That's why I scorched that pen. That's why this
Yeah.
happened. It's like,
Yeah.
you were in control of that.
Yeah.
Own it.
Yeah. Just own it. Just own it. Yeah. I fucked that one up. It happens.
Yeah.
Just half fucked up.
And that's why
Sorry, I fucked up, boss.
yeah.
That's how I got towards the end. Yep. I think I was like that probably too. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time, like, would fuck shit up and try to hide it. I've seen employees do that shit so many times. It's so funny. They fuck some shit up and they hide it. And you always have that one
yeah.
employee also that you know who fucked it up. You're like, this was a Mark. Oh, that was John again. John fucked this one up. And then John, hey, did you fuck this up? No, I didn't fuck that up. But John, why you lying about it, dog? Like, we know you fucked this shit up, bro.
You still smell like
I know,
smoke.
right? Right? Got a burnt towel in their hand. Like, no, I didn't. I'm not talking about
I didn't do
towels on fire still. They're like, no, nothing here to see. Like, fucking Mark.
Oh, God. Like, what? There's a scorched pan behind the dish
Right.
pit. It should be in the dish pit.
Oh, I've seen that shit happen
Yeah.
to the motherfuckers. Dishwashers try to hide shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they're out there late. You know what I'm saying? I'd be in the office doing paperwork and then light stuff, you know. Dish people finally come to the office. Hey, I'm closed down, chef. I'm out of here. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Have a good night. Thinking that they are done. And then you're clocking out and you're getting ready to go home, turning off all the lights, and you realize they hid like 5 sheet trays behind the dish machine.
Yep.
And then the next day they're like, oh, I was going to get those today. Like, bitch.
You said
Yeah,
you
then you
told
weren't
me
done.
you were done.
Yes.
Why don't you just tell me, hey, I got some
Yes.
sheet trays in there, but I'm trying to get out of here. You mind if
Yeah.
I take off early and I'll just
Yeah.
clean those up in the morning? As
Yeah.
long as you get them,
Yeah,
cleaned off
you could just
first. You
throw
don't
them
have
the
to throw them in
3-compartment
there,
sink.
but could you
yeah,
at least
throw them in the 3-compartment sink with some hot soapy water on it? Yes. Trying to
Don't care.
hide them behind a dish machine? Wrong. 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 Wrong
love it.
answer.
Like a bad bartender.
Fuck.
Why is there like half a shot of whiskey sitting behind this POS right here?
Oh, shit.
Damn, forgot about that one.
Drinking
Now,
on the job.
people
You did
drinking
that.
on the jobs.
Yeah, oh, people
I've
drinking
got
on the job.
dishwashers too with just like a can or a bottle
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
hiding somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Or like little airplane bottles.
That's when you got to train them to be better. Like, clean up after yourself. Train them to be better. I had somebody who left their bong outside the back door, and then the freaking manager showed
Wow.
up. I know, bro.
Dude.
I know. How do you train for something like that, you know?
What?
It was one of the nights I left early. It was like, it was 8, 9 o'clock on like a Tuesday, Wednesday. You know, I had my closing crew. They were a good closing crew. And yes, I knew what they did, but
As long as
they
you
do it
got
in
the
front of
work
me,
done, you're not doing it
When
in
they
front of
do it
me,
in
you're not
front of
doing
me.
it on the premises. Don't give a fuck.
I'm just saying it's frowned upon, and we don't. Yeah, it happens in
I
this
got enough
industry.
to train you on. I shouldn't have to teach you street smarts.
I know,
Yeah.
right? God damn it.
Come on.
You
Subtlety,
gotta look at
son.
it. I
Subtlety.
was like, hurt my soul. I had to go throw it in the dumpster. I had to throw the bong away because I was the chef, and I'm like, And the other manager found it before I did. At least if I would have found it, I would have just hid it for him. Like, hey, bro, you gotta hide this stuff before so and so gets here in the morning. She done found it now, so it was over.
Oh,
I wouldn't tell them though. I would hide it, and then I just wouldn't tell them. And then when they wonder where it was, I was like, I don't know. Why'd you leave your bong out back?
No, I told him right away. I was like, bro, I had to throw the bong away. It made me sad.
No, I know. But, okay, you're not listening to the point I was making.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Okay. But
I should have hit it.
you were like all up, and you're like, what?
What?
Well, man, I'm trying to work with you. We share some passions.
Yeah.
Stop hurting me. Stop making you hurt me.
Right.
or you
Don't
hurt me.
don't make me hurt you.
It hurts me to hurt you.
Yeah, you can't train common sense.
No.
You can't do that. Some people just don't have it. You can't train that. That's untrainable. I found that out. That is definitely untrainable.
Yeah.
Well, we used to have, when I worked at Andretti's, we had officers that would essentially do security for us. You walk back in that kitchen some days, and it just fucking reeked.
Yeah.
It was loud, baby. He'd come back there, oh, man, like trying to get some lunch or some dinner. You could tell
Oh yeah, we freak out every time. Damn, the police showed up. Hide it.
he's being paid. He's got a lot of herbs and spices back
Yes,
there. I
we
can
do.
tell.
Yes, sir, officer.
But I'm not on duty for that. I'm doing private security, so I'm gonna go walk back out here. If you want to bring me my food, so I don't have to come back here again, I'd
Deal.
much appreciate it. You're like, I got you.
Gotcha.
Go back there. What the fuck are y'all doing?
For real.
It helps the prep work go by.
Facts.
What the fuck, man?
Those are facts. They're
Don't
my
smoke in the
facts.
freezer.
It's like, why are
Freeze
you
your ass off
smoking
back
inside, though? That's my thing. Like, why does it smell like that in the building?
Well, probably
Okay?
because you smoked outside.
It's
You
like
came back
hotboxing
in.
his car,
travels.
coming back
Yeah.
in.
Yes. Yes.
Then you go
Yes.
further away.
Well, I mean, sometimes you don't have that option. It's just,
Then you don't smoke there.
yeah, well.
Sorry.
Or at the very least, go work at a brewery. At least then you can confuse the smell of the hops and everything.
There you go.
Nobody's got some really dank hops.
Yeah, that's
Like,
exactly
I don't
what it
care
is.
if anybody smokes, weed or whatever. It's just, I hate it when people get to work and like that's what like they think they need to in order to operate.
So me.
Some days, yeah. Some days
Yeah.
you were like so faded, I didn't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
I was like, Sean,
Did I
what
get
the
the
fuck?
job done?
Yeah.
I was.
No, some days you didn't. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what I have a good teammate like you for.
You never got hurt. that's the
Oh no, he
biggest
burned the
issue.
shit out of his hand one day.
All right,
We all
that's
have.
fair. Well, that's
That
the-
was Mother's
If you do get hurt, you
Day
can't
and-
say anything about it.
Oh no, I don't. No, hell no, I ain't saying.
Or like
We
you
never
cook,
say
if you
we're in
burn
the kitchen.
yourself-
We never say anything when we get injured.
No, 'cause then you gotta fill out incident reports, and they want to
Yeah.
know. Sometimes they want you to pee in a cup.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just ask you not to come back.
That's another thing. Like how do you train someone not to be scared of the equipment?
Let them burn themselves. Let them
guess,
learn. Let 'em-
yeah,
they
like-
have to learn themselves about that.
gotta
It's something
respect
they
it.
really just
You
gotta
have to,
face
yeah.
the fear of
Yeah.
and just get through it.
Yeah.
It's like
you
if
can't train that. You just gotta let them.
Yeah.
You gotta be there to
Face
let
it
them
head
learn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 'Cause there's no training that. That's a good one. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it's tough. It's
Like common sense. You can't train common sense. You can't train fear. Some things are just like either you learn it or you don't, and we move the fuck on.
Yeah.
Could you do it
Like, you-
dodgeball style?
You're right.
I don't.
Yeah.
When they put the eye fold on and start throwing wrenches at them?
Oh,
Right?
I don't think I could do that. Like I'm not gonna sit here and like throw like a ball of like a pan that's on fire at somebody.
Maybe like reflex training. You got to learn how to.
No, because like we want them to stay calm and be able to react to it. I don't want them to dodge it. I don't want them to run away from the problem. I want them to fucking address it.
That reminds me of a funny story though. I worked in this kitchen, and it was that Caleb kid that said he was 16. And in this kitchen we threw a lot of things to each other. Saying like we had like mixing bowls that we would either pass up, and when they were empty, we could kind of like frisbee them back to each other. We had plates that we would do it to each other too. So like if you needed an entree plate back on grill, instead of me walking it back to you, got confident enough, and my team got confident enough to where we probably should not have been doing these things. Yes,
Probably not.
Agree. These are not things that like are supposed to be done, but we did. And this kid came on, and without even thinking about it, he's like, "Hey, I need a plate." So I was like, "All right, catch." And I actually threw it to him, and he dodged the fucking plate. He was like, "Nope." He was like, "I did not think you were actually gonna throw that." And I was like, "Bro, did you just dodge the plate? No, catch it." He was like, "I didn't know what to do at that point."
It's like, why are you throwing plates at my head?
He got really good at catching plates, though. He learned, like, we do that, saying? Like, we started off with a little bit easier stuff at that point in time.
Now that you know that he's scared of it.
Yes. But it was just a reaction because, like, we all did it, It wasn't like it was just me. It was like me and all the Mexicans. We got confident enough, It was like on those videos where you see them, like, throwing 50-pound bags up and catching it and slicing it. We had, like, routines
Was it like
that.
a panic dodge to it? He's like,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
my God. Or
Oh,
was
yeah.
he just like a calm guy?
No.
Like, asshole.
Yeah. It was a little bit of a mixture of both. It was a little bit of like a Matrix and eyes wide open, and then a what the fuck. I did not think you were actually going to throw that. So he didn't like scream or like, panic like that, like get out of control. It was pretty smooth. He was like, I'm not catching that. Like, no.
Just, what are you
No.
thinking?
Yes. And I was like, I asked you if you were going to catch it. You said yes. He was like, I didn't think you were really going to throw it.
I would have
Then
probably
don't
done the
say
same
yes.
thing. I probably would have done the same thing. You know? It's like if you had thrown a plate at me, I probably would have been like,
No catch.
What the fuck?
If not, especially if I say catch, I said catch. It's universal for
catch.
For catch. I mean, you acknowledge you're going to catch it, not dodge it. Playing the opposite of dodge.
That's great.
Catch sounded a lot like die, motherfucker. Like, not today.
All
My
right.
nemesis, Chef Paul.
Right?
Well,
Yeah, we got pretty good with those mixing bowls, though, being able to throw them and like catch them in a cool way. Catch them with tongs. I did that one time, you know what I'm saying? We were really busy on the flat top cooking, you know what I'm saying? Somebody said catch without even looking, just tongs in my hand, caught the bowl, put it back down. It's like those moments are like, that's what's fun, though. Like, they're never going to happen again. They're once-in-a-lifetime moments.
Oh,
If
yeah.
other people wouldn't have saw it, no one would believe you that it ever happened. But at the time, they were like, holy shit, did that just happen? I was like, I didn't think it would work either, but it did. It was a 50-50 chance. I was either going to drop it and get a new one, or it worked.
oh god.
Then it becomes a game. Like, let's see if we can train to catch this all the time.
Can we do this? Can we just get
can we do
better
this?
at doing trick
Yeah.
shots with the
Trick
plates?
shots training? You go back to training then. You're like, catch this, catch this. Catch like multiple bowls to where you like throw them and like catch them on top of each other.
It works
All right.
over.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
now that I look back on it, we kind of were training for that shit without even doing it. We were just playing a game, you know what I'm saying? It just started off as a game of just throwing little things, you know, like, oh, here, catch, and catching it. You know, like,
Same thing.
No, I'm good.
catch. You're not a catcher, huh? You don't like, yeah.
I don't like
Yeah.
you throwing things at me.
Why not?
Oh,
Because it seems weird to me to be like throwing like things in a kitchen unless they're like meant to be like they're smaller things. Like if I'm like you throw like a quart of like you know like something like you know
There you go.
a Mornay or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't mind that kind of shit.
Yeah.
If you throw a plate at me, I'm gonna be like, motherfucker, what? It's like what the hell is wrong with you assholes?
Did you throw it like bottom up, or did you throw it like ninja star, like sideways?
Bottom up like a frisbee.
I can see how you would throw it.
Yeah.
It's just I would just no. Like I'm just why? Fuck you, asshole.
Well, you wouldn't have lasted in that kitchen then,
Uh,
because we did it all the time.
that's fine. And I juggle, okay? Like I
No,
don't,
you don't.
Yeah,
I've
I
never
do.
seen you juggle at all.
yeah, I've juggled. I've shown you how I juggle.
Oh yeah, you juggle terribly, but yeah, that's like saying I juggle, but I don't
Motherfucker,
juggle.
I
I mean, I
juggled.
got the
I
concept.
juggled
down.
for years,
Well,
and it doesn't. No, the toss juggling. I'm
you didn't
terrible.
train
at.
very well.
Toss
juggling
juggling. I'm terrible
lies.
at.
Yeah,
You were
need to
juggling
train
that
better.
one of your coworkers was
Right.
what, Mormon for years. You people just throw lies at this man, and he's just, she's Mormon. She hates me. What am I doing?
I don't know. No, oh, you're an asshole.
Yes, yes, I am.
You're a big giant asshole. Who throws
Yes.
plates at people's heads.
Right. I mean, hey, the kid's doing good to this day.
Good for him. I'm glad he doesn't have a concussion.
He had one of the best I quit notes, you know? And it was like he had came in early that morning before all of us got there. He wrote on a piece of drawing paper. It's the only thing he had in his truck, I guess, was a piece of drawing paper and like a sketch pencil. I'm sick. Get fucked. I quit. That was his way of quitting.
Get
It was
fucked. I quit.
one of like the best things. Oh, with like a little like middle finger drawing. Like he tried to draw a middle finger, but it was like a turkey. We had all these jokes about what it really was. Like, what is he trying to draw here?
Eat my dick, bitch.
Good kid.
Eating my. Well, everyone, I think we're coming to an end
Yeah.
of this
Yeah.
wonderful podcast. Be sure you follow us on whatever social media is, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever they call it now. It's dying anyway. YouTube, leave comments about
Yeah, YouTube.
things, call to actions,
All
hit
the things
subscribe,
you want to do.
like, follow, subscribe,
Follow,
like.
subscribe. Do all the things. Just DM me into Facebook, please. I'm lonely.
There you go. Please DM him.
Slide in my
lonely.
DMs. Do you have any stories about your training experiences? 'Cause
Yeah.
I've heard some terrible ones.
You like Zach better with a hat or without a hat? I like Zach.
I
better
forgot I
without-
was not wearing a hat.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
like it
gonna
better
lie.
without a hat.
I probably
Zach
look
clean
silly
shaved
saying.
one time since I've known him, and my vote is for clean shaved Zach also. So if you want to see Zach clean shaved, put your vote in for that also.
Yeah.
It's
I-
good
I-
to
Clean
see.
shaves. I'll
I'm
make
not
up
so
for it. I'll
homeless
grow my
right now.
beard out.
Yeah.
Still want to give another shout out to Crits and Grits, though. I just want to keep promoting those guys. They're doing a great job, I
Nice.
think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're
Nice,
doing really
nice.
great.
Man, I
So-
would love to do a D&D campaign. Oh!
Yeah, let us know about that too. If you guys are interested in D&D or anything like that, you guys want to see us do like a campaign, or we like can do some fun stuff. Let us know. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
But, yeah.
You'll have to train.
I'm sorry
me.
to end this so
I don't
abruptly.
know.
That was just seemed like we just kind of went from like a funny story to all of a sudden it just was like we're done.
We're done.
Bye,
I'm
assholes.
clocking out. It's done. I did my last ticket. I'm out.
Yeah,
Hey, you ready to
shift's
clock out?
over.
You're done.
Shift's
Side
over. I'm
work's
clocking
done.
out. Peace.
Love you, everybody. Cuddles.
Sweet.
Do a fantastic job.
Don't throw plates.
You know what I'm saying? And throw plates.
Just have fun. It's fine.